You just made the list.
All right. In honor of Valentine's Day, these are our top 5 performers that we love to hate. And we kept it performers. We kept it kind of open there, so a little open-ended. So, Tim, let's start with your people that you love to hate. Either you love to hate them because they're fun and they're good at their job, or you love to hate them because they're awful and you like to crap on them. Whatever it is, it's open to interpretation. So, Tim Heaney, put on your top hat and take it away.
Okay, number 5. I know their role in WWE is to kind of promote things outside of wrestling and kind of be the marketing gems that they are to their demographic of, you know, I guess non-wrestling fans at this point. But I'm going to put the Bellas on there at number 5. I do respect how much Nikki Bella, improved in the ring over the years, and she did put on some nice matches. But the whole pushing of them and evolution was just kind of annoying, and Brie Bella is one of the worst talkers and in-ring performers I've ever seen. So definitely got to put them number 5. I know they're married to people that we like to cheer for, but just not really.
It's all right. You
know.
No. That's right.
Number 4, I know Nate will love this one. Baron Corbin. I hate him because I like how good he is at making us hate him. I'll say that.
That's fair.
We talked about, the Hot Topic guy gets a promotion at Macy's or whatever. We keep making that joke. I think it works. I think that even though he's removed from the, interim general manager role, I think he still has to wrestle that Men's Warehouse thing to remind us that he was once powerful. So I still like his moveset. I like how he moves around for a big guy. I think that he's getting lost in the shuffle a little bit, but those smug promos still make you dislike him. I think it's still working. Number 3, Nia Jax, of course, because all the Becky Lynch punching the face backlash, and they ran with it.
So you enjoy hating Nia. You don't just straight up hate her.
I don't straight up hate her. I think they've really made a good work of that. Really kind of made it play out pretty well. I still think that I agree with you. I think that her performance is mostly subpar, and that it does rely on her. She relies on her opponents to make her look a little bit better. It depends on who she's in the ring with.
Well, she does, but the other thing about Nia is that I feel like she has better matches with the littles. She has good matches with people like Sasha. Whenever you put her with somebody who's a little bit bigger, even Ronda had a good match. I think Ronda Nia was actually pretty good both times.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually a fan of that. It's just she seems to struggle against, like, her and Charlotte Flair is never a duo to put together. That's just a bad booking right there.
Nia can't toss her around as easily, basically. Yeah. But I did enjoy the Royal Rumble. I got to give her props for going in with the men's Royal Rumble, taking all the moves, and you know what, that kind of won me back over for her a little bit. So I like where they're going with her trying to do the intergender stuff, and I hope it works out because I think she'd be very good at it.
I agree.
So
I agree. And the women don't want to work with her anymore.
Right. And there it is.
It's funny because it's true.
Kind of stiff.
Kind of stiff.
Yeah. And when she opens her mouth to talk, it just makes me hate her for real. So yeah, that's fine. Speaking of talking and making me hate, Brock Lesnar, number 2. I can't hate Paul Heyman, so I hate who he advocates for.
Fair enough.
I think Lesnar, we talked about before, that, there's an argument you can make about how he has stunted Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose. He refusing to work with Dean Ambrose, doesn't get along well with Braun Strowman in the ring.
He doesn't put anybody that they have like right on the precipice. He buries them. And he's been doing it for about 5 years now.
And he has all the control to do that.
Yeah, and that's what's annoying. And then,
by the way,
how much did you like that clip of Brock Lesnar after WrestleMania last year throwing the belt at Vince?
Yes, that was perfect.
Come back here, you a-hole. And there's Vince McMahon. Then, like, the next day, giving him more money. It's mind blowing to me. It's just I don't get it. It's like Vince is that guy. He's like, we just keep telling him, "I don't want you," and then he wants you more. It just doesn't make any sense.
And of course, the Finn Balor stuff, attacking him after the match, they book him up really well to do that. So I respect.
The only 2 matches that he's had that are any good in the last 2 years were the match against Finn Balor and the one against Daniel Bryan. That's it.
I think Seth could make him.
I think. Well, yeah, no, but I'm just waiting. It hasn't happened yet. I'm saying,
you're right.
What's happened? Right. Like the only tolerable match that he's had in the last 2 years were those 2.
I forgot to say before, I am a little bit bitter about the Dean Ambrose stuff because I think that could have been a great potential match between them.
Yeah, and he basically crapped on it. And I think that's kind of what Dean see. It's like, okay, now Seth has gone past me, so I think this is the worst time for him to leave.
It is because like you said, there's a vacuum.
Because now there's the vacuum of where, okay, now Seth is champ and he's going to need somebody to go against, and it's perfect. And now the original sin can be washed away of why that feud didn't work a couple months ago, and let them go at it here. But I don't. We'll see what happens.
And
I'm still not buying he's leaving.
And if Roman can come back with all of this in the middle, even as like a guy that just is involved as an outsider and not a wrestler,
he just comes in and is like,
oh my God,
dude,
what are you doing,
dudes, guys, dudes,
Matt Riddle?
Bro. Dude. Matt Riddle's great. I enjoy him. But
the Drew Gulak match in NXT was great.
I was just gonna say, by the way, did you see the Gulak match? It was very good. Matt Riddle, nice. Gulak was very good. What'd you think of Bugenhagen, by the way? Nut job.
We're going so off base, but
whatever. I know.
I enjoyed it. I thought Gulak was beating quicker. But
I felt it was like I was like so guilty pleasure. My kids were watching, like, what the hell is that? I'm like, no, it's great. You're like, this is like No Way Jose, and I said, no, this is not like No Way Jose. This is funny.
It's much better than No Way Jose. I'm sorry.
He said, no, it's No Way Jose. I said, no, I refuse to buy into that. It's
no, la.
He's playing air guitar and he's playing piano on the air piano on the ropes. It's tremendous.
As a piano player myself, I did give him props for the.
There you go. Oh my God, it's so good for your top hat character too.
Yes.
Sit there, play a little piano, have a little Cavassier on the side, cut a promo on somebody.
Your dexterity, your imaginary dexterity is superb, yes.
When I'm finished with you, you will be flat. God, I want his character to happen so bad. All right, number one. Who's number one?
Number one performer, love to hate. Joe Pisapia for that line.
Yeah, come on. Dad jokes abound.
Jokes on jokes.
Jokes on jokes on jokes.
All right, my true number one is Stephanie McMahon.
That's a good one.
I think the way that she writes herself, perhaps, or maybe they write her, kind of does exacerbate the problems I have with her kind of steamrolling people. And speaking of killing pushes sometimes, backstage interaction with people, like, she gets over a lot when she shouldn't. But, fantastic on the mic. I think even though the writing's sometimes off, I think she does kill it when she wants to convey something. I think the Ronda stuff was good. I think the stuff with Becky's going well for them. How they can, switch from making you like them to in the same promo just making you loathe them. I think she gets that from her dad a lot, and we've talked about that. By the end of this, if it's 2 months we were doing this list, maybe Vince might be number one again because of the Becky things if they continue that. But Stephanie, great performer, definitely irritates me a lot, and I think she did her job perfectly.
100%. That's a really good one. She didn't make my list, but if I thought longer, maybe I would have had her on there. All right, my number 5 is Brock Lesnar. Same reasons. I mean, I love to hate him. I really do. And it's getting thin. Like, that's why he's not number one.
Right.
Like, if he was number one, then that's different. But like, I'm over it, but I still love to hate him. I'm so mad. Like, I'm raging one more time. Here we go. We're getting closer. I'm raging. I want that belt off of him and on the show every week.
The catharsis. Yeah.
I know, but it's still got me. It's hanging on by a thread, but it's still got me. And for all the reasons why he's not putting new talent over, it's annoying. I know last week we got into the discussion about Bret Hart and stuff, and it just reminded me too, you don't go out on top. You go out on your back because all the guys that put you over, who went on their back so they could put you over in this business and make you something, that's why you do it. You don't leave with the title. You don't drop it the night after and then go to another promotion. You don't do you go out on your back. That's what you do in this business if you care about this business. I'm sorry. It's just what you do. And that's why forever I will never put Bret Hart in any top list, because to me that's number one.
Yep.
It's selfish. And I understand, like, it was tough for him to get where he got to in that group because of guys like Hogan and all this other guy. I get it. I get not wanting to give it up, but at a certain point, man, you just
you're leaving anyway. You're leaving anyway.
What does it matter?
Yeah.
It's just a bad job. But anyway, number 4, Shane O'Mac. I love him. I absolutely love him, but I fucking hate him. I am so annoyed when I see his face on TV. I love it. I love when he goes, off the top of the cage, off the top of the cell, going through tables, going coast to coast, and he can't really do it anymore. It's great. But I hate it. I hate it. Over it. I don't want to see it anymore. My number 3, Austin Aries. God, yes. I hate Austin Aries. I loathe him. He is so full of himself. He's so full of crap. He's great in the ring, though. Like, he's terrific. I mean, he really is.
He's a great wrestler in ring. Yeah, absolutely.
He's a great in-ring technician. But God, I hate him. I hate his beard. I hate his hair. I hate his promos. I hate everything about him. But God, I love to hate him. Michael Cole. I'm going to hate Michael Cole. He can't get anything right. And every time I watch NXT and I listen to Mauro Ranallo, it just makes me mad. And it's affecting the show. Like, he's calling He's saying Baron Corbin cover somebody, and Baron Corbin is not in the match right now. Like, it's driving me crazy.
He's burnt out, man.
He's
that
burnt
guy
out.
Is just burnt out.
He's burnt out. Let him call the Big Four.
Yep.
You get him off Raw. It'll help. It'll help the whole, like, let's shake up things. It really will. God bless Michael Cole. He's earned his spot. He's done a great job. He's
had to take some crap, man, over his career.
He has, and I love him, but I hate him right now.
Yeah, well,
like, and my number one performer that I love to hate, and I love to hate her because she is so awful, and there's no redeeming quality whatsoever about her, and it's Sarah Logan. She is awful. And I hate her even more because I think about all the great women on NXT UK, all those independent women doing good work, all those people floating around the Mae Young Classic. It just pisses me off that she gets to wrestle on Raw every Monday. I hate it. I hate her. There's nothing good that comes of her. I love it. I love hating her. It makes me happy.
You got to get your happy feelings however you want.
Well, that's it.
I'm with you. I think that it was weird when they called her up, but they were calling up someone to be like a lackey.
I know.
I think that
today's lackey is tomorrow's superstar.
I agree.
That's the problem.
I'm with you.
Expose somebody and let people go, ooh, they're pretty good. That's how you make the next stars. You should put them in these little factions as the third banana. And next thing you know, 2 years from now, they're a superstar, and people they start to recognize their talent because they're getting exposure. I just think it's so frustrating that she's getting exposure and Rhea Ripley is, on NXT UK. Like, Rhea Ripley's awesome.
Yeah, well, they want Ripley to be a top banana for a while too. That was what it was.
Fair,
and Sarah Logan is not going to be that.
I know, but there's better women in the in-betweens too.
I hear you. I really do. There's definitely
pisses me off
for that.
I mean, she's so bad in the ring. She's so bad on the promo. I don't know what her gimmick is. What Riot? Like, I'm punk rock Viking. Like, what the hell is that?
Country girl Riot.
By the way, did you catch any of the Women of Wrestling program in the last couple weeks? Because I did.
I don't get access, so.
Oh, well then, let me fill you in. So Tessa Blanchard's great because she's Tessa Blanchard.
Of course.
She's got kind of like a mug face. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Old, right? Like, she's
very sharp face, Tessa.
Yeah, very. Yeah. She'd be like a really cool, really good heel kind of. Well, she's fighting this other gal who's Santana something. I forget.
Oh, Santana Garrett's awesome.
Santana Garrett.
She's great.
She's great. So their work is great. The rest of it is goofy. It's somewhere between Glow and wanting to be super cool and independent. And I'm like, no, you can't do both. Like, you just can't be 80s cheeseball wrestling. They had this like character. She's like from Australia, and she was like being brought out by all these like tribal people and stuff. She's like a jungle girl. I'm like,
oh yeah, jungle girl. Right, I've heard of her.
Yeah, like, this is goofy as hell. And some of the announcing is not helping it. Two things in the announcing that I forgot to share with you last week because it was the two things. First thing, hilarious. The announcer gets up and makes it a point on TV, mind you, to go into the crowd and point out to everybody that somebody famous here is in the crowd tonight. Okay.
Yep.
Jackie Stallone. Okay. Now, if you don't know who Jackie Stallone is,
not Frank Stallone.
It's not even Frank Stallone. Wow. Okay. This is the sister of Sylvester Stallone, who has had more facial surgery than the Catwoman. And it's terrifying. And she stands up and they're interviewing her. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, this is awful. This is awkward. This is not helping the product. Make this stop right now.
Oh no.
Then the other thing is, during the Jungle Girl match, the announcer literally says this: "This is exciting. This is new. This is different." And I went, oh my God. Oh. Like, you can't, that's not helping the product. You can't literally go, hey, everybody, look, this is new. This is exciting. This is different. He literally said those three phrases in a row. And I was just like, this is doomed. This is doomed. What a shame. What a shame. What a shame. What a shame.
Well, Jessica Havoc's there too, and Cobra Moon's there. That's a solid group of people.
And that's the problem. Is like, I want to. Now here you go.
That's terrible.
I want to go back and watch it again because I want to see, because there is some talent there, and at the same time, I want to see what stupid thing is going to happen.
Oh God!
So it's going to become a guilty pleasure.
That's horrendous.
But oh my God, Tim! If this is new, this is different. This is exciting. Like, no, it's not. Like none of it was any of those things.
Oh God.
Oh, but hey, good for Tessa Blanchard getting a lot of screen time. Good.
Hey, you know what? She was TNA champ for Impact champ for a while. Whatever. I mean, she's floating around. She's gonna make her.
She's gonna be. Look, I think she will be a heel in WWE and a good one.
Oh, for sure. Well, feuding her with Charlotte if she ever debuts to start out. The 4 Horsemen stuff you can play with that be perfect.
I love, by the way, one of your honorable mentions on the love to hate list of JBL.
But I just almost put him on.
I just hate him. Like I don't even love to hate him. I just flat out hate the guy.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's why I didn't make it love.
Yeah, like there's no endearing thing. Like I see him and I just get mad. Like I just think he's such an awful person.
Speaking of people who bully people and didn't want pushes to happen.
Mauro Ranallo. Thanks a lot. Like that's the choice we made. We couldn't have Mauro Ranallo calling wrestling all the time every week. We had to instead give props to JBL. I never got that push. I never got that title reign. I just didn't get it. I'm glad I wasn't watching then because
what a scumbag.
Yeah. There you go. So on that note, make sure
we all love you though.
You tune in next week because we love you. We love our audience here. We'll have our recap of Elimination Chamber next week. That'll be a good time. And, of course, in the meantime, get on the Twitter machine and tell us about who do you think has been worse for pushes in the WWE, Brock Lesnar or Shane O'Mac. Follow us on Twitter at InThisRing, at JoePizzaPia17, and at Tim_Heaney. And please subscribe wherever on iTunes or wherever it is you listen to the show and rate and review us. Give us 5 stars because we deserve nothing less because Top Hat Tim Heaney is elitist, damn it. And check out all the great content on ITL on In This League. Go over to the Patreon page and subscribe over there to the ITL Army. That'll do it for us. We hope you enjoy Elimination Chamber. And remember, kids, to be the men, you gotta beat the men. And we are the men. Woo! Ric Flair's turning 70.